All right, welcome to the WordPress workshop. We had a little bit of a blooper. My power went out. My dad was taking a shower and he used the little mini heater that blows the breaker every time. So let's go ahead and start over. Looks like I lost my viewers. Hopefully some of you come back, or I'll just give you the replay in the email. So let's go ahead and dive right in. SiteGround is my host of choice for WordPress. They have been around since the beginning, just about, and they are the leaders in WordPress hosting. They know how to make it super fast so that you don't have to worry about page speed loads, which is really important for your search engine optimization and user experience. You don't want people clicking off your website because it's so slow to load. They have something called a CDN, Content Delivery Network, so that your sites load super fast anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where your server is located. So let's go ahead and dive right into how to use SiteGround. You'll see my admin panel with a couple of my client websites in there. This is my smaller one, less websites. So to get to your account, you just click My Accounts. And then we're going to jump over to Cpanel. I always access it securely, so go ahead and click Proceed. And it brings you to your Cpanel dashboard. This is what your hosting panel will look like. Most hosts do look like this. So there's a whole ton of stuff in here, probably over your head. Probably won't need most of it. So I already created the subdomain, which is just a domain created off of your primary domain. So when you sign up for SiteGround, they give you a free domain, and you have unlimited subdomains. So you can do hosting.cynthiascomp.com or members.webpresenceboss.com or something like that. You can have multiple websites spawned off of your primary website. Spawned, I haven't used that word forever. So subdomains, I already created it. I called it, what did I call it? Workshop.cynthiascomp.com, and I just click create and it pops it in down here. Let's see, I've got 4 pages of websites in here. So let's go ahead and tell it we want WordPress on it now, because if we go to that website, it's just going to load a blank page. So we go ahead and come over to Auto Installers. This is your one-click installer. Click WordPress. Click the blue Install button. And we want to tell it it's going to workshop.cynthiascomp. You can find it. A lot of websites in here. And they are not alphabetized, unfortunately. Bear with me while I look for it. There it is, Workshop. So this is where we are installing WordPress. It is not going into a directory. We want it to go on the main website. We don't want a / website. So that's obnoxious. Workshop.cynthiascomp.com/website. No, we're not doing a splash page. It's bad for search engine optimization. So we're going to call it site title. Welcome. Oh. Let's go for beginners. Okay, so we are not checking multi-site. That is something totally different. You don't want blogs installed into your blog. It's just one website, yours. You're not creating something like WordPress.com where you're hosting a bunch of people's websites. That is obnoxious to set up, takes a whole lot of time, and typically requires some programming knowledge. So let's give it a username. You never want to use the word admin, webmaster, administrator. Those are the #1 hacked usernames. So go with something like Cynthia01. Give it a nice strong password. That looks fine. And then you want to give it your email address. Typically, you would set up your email address ahead of time. Well, we'll assume you're using Google, so use mine. And now it's giving you the option of some languages. Safe to assume English. Now we can select some plugins. Loginizer limits the login attempts. That prevents brute force attacks on your username and password. That will give them 3 tries and then they're locked out for 20 minutes. So SiteGround gives us the option of theme to install. This is not on every host. This is just something special they do. We can give it none and go with the regular 2016 theme, or we can work with layers, which is their starter theme, SiteGround's starter theme. I just leave it none because I'm going to install a theme that I like to use called Divi, and that's by Elegant Themes. I'll show you how to install that. And all members of my website get access to that theme with the updates. So advanced options. Oh, I clicked a button. We can give it a database name and a table prefix. This is a secure database name and prefix already, so we don't need to adjust it. If the table prefix was just WP underscore, then I would say change that, add a letter or a number or something before that underscore. Typically, you want to keep these short. That's for your database. And then the database name, WP313. I like to give it something a little more readable, so if I go into the database, I know it's the right user database, what I'm doing. So we'll call it WP Work, so I know it's the workshop website. Disable update notifications. I just leave them on. It sends me an email saying, hey, your WordPress was updated. So go ahead and click install. It takes a couple minutes. So far, it's pretty easy. There we go. We have a working website. So if I command click this, it'll open it in a new tab. I can show you what the basic install of WordPress looks like. It's very ugly. It's not ugly. It's just not branded, nothing special about it. It just gets content into the browser. So the first thing we want to do is log into our new website. So let's go back to Cpanel. You will need to remember this link right here, /wp-admin. That's going to be where you log into your website. So command click. I already forgot my password because I didn't save it like a dummy. So if you do that, hit lost your password. Username or email. So the new WordPress gives you the option of logging in with your email also. I know I put in cynthiascomp@gmail.com. I'm going to have it send me a new password. So if I come over here, go to Google. I got a lot of emails here. Password reset. So I'm going to go ahead. It tells me my username. I'm going to click this link to reset my password. And I can put in a new password. So it's giving me this one. I'm going to copy this one this time. Hit reset. Click login. Yep. Keep going to the wrong screen to log in. So Cynthia01, paste that crazy password in. You can, by all means, make your own password. You don't have to use the one they give you. I'm just using the one they give me for the simplicity of this video. And I'm going to tell it to save so I don't forget it later during this tutorial. I'm going to delete this entire website when we're done, so don't try to log into it. All right, so we have workshop.cynthiascomp.com is not cached. Make sure the dynamic cache is enabled in the super cacher tool in Cpanel. Click here to hide this notice. So how do we set that up? You go back to Cpanel, and Let's click the home button. Nope, that didn't bring us back to Cpanel. Okay, we're going to go to My Accounts and click Cpanel. This thing kind of tricky to get back. Cpanel. Proceed. So we're looking for Super Cacher in here in Cpanel. So right here under Site Improvement Tools. Hey, it looks like we have 2 viewers. You can tweet at Cynthia Scomp to ask questions because I cannot see questions in this little program that I'm using. Oh, looks like we have some messages saying you can't access the... Let me respond to this person real quick. She's trying to get on the webinar. What is the link I set you guys to? www. There we go. Okay, so I think I sent her to the right page. Yes, perfect. Cool. All right, so we want to, this is where you flush the cache on everything. It's all turned on everything currently. Enable Google page speed. Right now I have them all turned off. Dynamic cache. You have to download the plugin into the website to turn it on. So it just downloaded into my downloads folder, and it automatically unzips things on a Mac. So we need to go to the downloads folder. So I'm going to go to Finder. This isn't a problem on Windows. So downloads. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing again. Got a lot of junk in here. What was it titled? SG-Cache Press. So let's go to S. SG-Cache Press. So click on the folder here, and then click this little gear until it compress. Now I have this little zip folder. Do not double click it. It'll just make it a folder again with a number after it. So now that we have that, we can go back to WordPress, log into our website. Oh, I have the dashboard open twice. Okay. Go to Plugins, Add New, and we're going to turn our cache on. Go to Downloads, a little SiteGround thing. The zip file is the one we select. Hit Choose, Install Now. And that should take care of this annoying little dynamic cache notice. Oh, it says failed. Installing destination folder already exists. So return to plugins page, we probably just have to activate it. It is activated. Okay, so with the new 4.5.1 WordPress, it comes automatically installed when you have SiteGround hosting. So this isn't all enabled. Looks like to disable it, we just click it and it turns into an X. Do we want to cache the memory? I'm going to leave that off because when you're building, that's a pain. It doesn't refresh your page and you're holding the old look of the website for a week. Okay, dynamic cache status. I'm going to leave that blank, but you can test a URL to make sure it is, to see if it's dynamic or cached. So it's all turned on. You have a tutorial right here on how to use this plugin. So this is the one you would click for dynamic cache options. Make sure you're clicking WordPress for each one. Joomla, Drupal, Magento are different content management systems. They work like WordPress, but they have different directions, different pages. So let's get off of this. You can check out the cache later on. So to turn it on in Cpanel, I'm just going to click it here. And now it's on. If we refresh the WordPress page, go to the dashboard, this should be, okay, it's not going away. So I'm going to click hide notice. It's fine. Typically, I leave it off while building and turn it on when I'm done. So write a note for yourself, turn Super Cacher on in the Cpanel. So how do we make the website look nice? We need to upload our theme. So we're going to go to Appearance, Themes. If you don't have a purchased theme, you can search the themes available in the WordPress market, which is not on. You would just click Add New. And this is the WordPress free market, where you can download any theme you want. Tons of options. So if you want to search for a specific feature, you can come in here and do, say you want theme options, which means it's more than just a theme. It has some extended abilities. And you want it responsive. That means it loads on a mobile website. So let's go ahead and hit Apply Filters. It gives us a couple nice looking websites to work with. Find something that you think would work well for what you're doing. So I am uploading the Divi theme, and I'm going to show you how to build a website using that. Where is my zip folder? Okay, let's go to work. Let's go to, I need to reorganize, I'm sorry. No, it's the same folder. Okay, I'm going to re-download it because I don't know where I saved it. Cancel. So to get Divi from Elegant Themes, if you want to purchase it, here's what Divi is. You can join to download or do the live theme demo. I'm going to show you quickly what Divi is. So super flexible. So if we go to join to download, you have a couple options. Probably the best option, $69 a year. You get all the themes. You get your updates for the year. You get tech support from Elegant Themes for a year. And you can use it on however many websites you want. If you want the extra plugins that I'm using today, you'll want to get the next one up for all plugins, which is $89 a year. Don't worry about purchasing this if you're already a member of my membership site, because all of my members get access to this already with the updates for life. So let's go ahead and log in. I'm going to download the Divi theme package. Again, it unpacked the theme on me again, so I need to come into where it downloaded and tell it compress Divi so that it's a zip folder ready for upload. So this is in my downloads folder. Let's go back to themes. Nope, wrong one. I'm going to choose file, go to downloads, and we're looking for Divi, the zip folder, hit choose, and install. On Windows, you don't have to worry about recompressing it. Just a Mac does that. Did it click? No, it's going. Okay, so it says installed successfully. Now if we activate it, we can do a live preview first on these. We have nothing in the website, but you can see kind of the difference between this. Here's the basic outline of it versus that. So a little cleaner to work with. You know how to hit save and activate. And now what we were just in was the customizer. So if we go to theme customizer, general settings, we have a couple options. We have our site identity, which is our site title and our tagline. And we can create something that's called a site icon. It needs to be 512 pixels wide and 512 pixels tall. So width and height 512. Now you can create one of those over in Canva, canva.com. You're going to use custom dimensions. And I am logged into Holly's. I need to log out of hers. Sign out. Sign in with my account. There we go. Now I'm in mine. Let's use custom dimensions. 512 by 512 pixels. Hit design. Then we can use text. I'm just going to give it a big W for workshops. Make it huge. Now, okay, 400 is a little too tall, so let's do 350. That should work. So we have a nice W. We might want to give it a background color. Let's make it pink with white text. That looks nice. Go ahead and download. Save for web. And let's go back to our, oh, I think what was that? Site identity, select image. We are going to downloads and look for that w.jpg. And click and drag it right in. Or hit that browse button and navigate to it and upload it. Select. Now a site icon comes up here and the W will be right there. The next thing you're going to do is your layout settings. Let's make it a boxed layout. We want website content width to be 1080, which is in pixels. The website gutter is set to 3. That's the space between the edge here and your content. So if we put that as a 1 or a 0 or a 10, it changes where the sidebar side is. So you can't do 10, it'll max it at 4. So let's leave it at 3, or maybe 2. 2 looks nice, it's wide enough. Leave it at 3. Or we can use a custom sidebar width set to 21 and change it to 40. It'll make it much wider. Or set it at a flat 20. Section height. Can we see it right now? Okay, we can't see the section height yet. We need to create some sections. This would be considered a section right here. So we'll leave it at 3 and row height 2. Now the theme accent color is currently set to this blue color. And since I'm using pink for my site icon, I'm going to use that same color, that neon pink color. It's like blinding. I'm going to hit save and publish. Okay, so let's go back and choose typography. This is going to be what the text looks like on your website. So 14 might be too small for some people. You might want to up it to 16 or even 18. Body line height, you might want to make this a little bit taller so that they're not so close together. 1.9 or 2 would be good if you're using 18 font. Text header size, since we upped the size of the body text to 18, 30 still looks okay, but it doesn't stand out enough. We might want to go with 35. And then header line spacing, let's up that so you can see what it's doing. It's putting spacing between the letters. And then line height just puts a little bit more space between the title and the text. 2 looks okay. It gives it a nice amount of spacing, makes it stand out. We can make it bold. We can make it bold and italic. We can make it capitalized, and we can make it underlined. I like it capitalized and bold. Now we can choose some Google fonts that come built into the Divi theme to make your theme even more customized. So we have some handwritten looking fonts, some really bold fonts. Yeah, all kinds of choices in here. So just go through and find one that works for you and how you want to brand your website. So we can do body link color, set that to our accent color, bright pink. You don't have to know the numbers like I'm typing in. You can search for a color you like right here, and it gives you the numbers, just so you know. And I use these exact colors in Canva. That keeps everything on brand. So body text color, I like this darker gray color. It's not harsh black, it's easy to read. And the body font looks nice, but you can change that to whatever works best for you. I think Cardo looks nice. I'm going to stick with that. Then I'm going to hit save and publish so it saves my changes. Let's go back to the next section, which is the background. So this area right here is showing because we chose to do a boxed layout. You won't be putting a background in if you do a full width back layout. Select an image, upload a file, select a file. Let's go, what do I have in photos? Nope, that's all videos. Do I have iCloud? Free stock photos. Let's look for a nice stock photo for the background. I'll use this one. So now I have a subtle background. You can't really see what it is, but you know it looks like kind of like a keyboard or something. Let's hit save. And go back. And go back. So the next section is header and navigation. We choose our header formats. Do we want vertical? So we can do centered, That's your logo in the middle with the theme heading underneath it. Inline, you can put it in the middle of your menu bar. I think that looks pretty nice. I'm going to stick to that one probably for this, but I'll show you. Slide in is a new one. I like that. That's pretty cool. And full screen. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so I'm going to do centered inline logo. Now to see what the vertical looks like, that is vertical. When you hit save and publish, it won't be overlapping your text anymore. We can tell it left, we can tell it right. I'm going to go with not vertical, leave it inline centered, save. I think that looks pretty nice. Primary menu bar, we want to make it full width, so it goes edge to edge right here instead of like cutting off here. We can tell it hide the logo image, but I like the logo in there. We'll change that logo shortly. Menu height is set to 66, which is okay for now. Logo max height is set to 54, which is fine. When you scroll, it's going to shrink. Text size is set to 14. Let's set that to 18 so it matches the body of the text. We want our font to be Cardo, just like the body text. Letter spacing, no spacing. Active link color, I'm going to set to my pink color. Make sure you take note of your hex color because you're going to use it a lot in this. You can change your background color. You can make it black, yellow, purple. I'm going to leave it white. I suggest leaving it white because you're going to be making your logo in Canva most likely, which does not allow you to have a transparent background. So I stick to white so it doesn't blend weird. Drop-down menu color, you can change this also. You can pick a pre-configured color or type your color in. You'll see that as a drop-down underneath your main link. It'll be the full background will be purple. I'm going to leave it white. Drop-down line menu color, I like to do my pink color. So when you do the drop-down, there'll be a line right under it to start the drop-down. That's pink. It's a nice little accent color. You'll see it in a few minutes here. And then the text color is this nice gray color again. And we want it to fade, expand, slide, or flip. I stick with fade. I'll hit save. I'll show you those other drop-down animations just in a second. In just a second. So we're done with the primary. Secondary menu bar. There we go. Change it to match my Cardo font. I want it full width. I want my drop-down background color to be white. Typically I don't have drop-downs on this menu, but there you have it. Let's go ahead and do, I don't have that color gray, so we'll just do that for now. And again with the fade. So the next section, fixed navigation settings. Change this to the pink. We don't want a logo image on the secondary menu. Active primary color, we'll do pink. Here's that gray color I needed before. So let's save. I'm going to go back and edit that black that I put in on the last menu. Turn it gray. There we have it. Save again, go back. Make sure we have everything set here. It looks okay. Fix text height. Let's make it 14 is fine. We want this one to be smaller. So when I click social icons, it's going to pop in there. phone number. Yes. Generic info in, hit save. Let's go back. Okay, it's not popping in for me, so I'm going to exit out and come back. There we go. That is the top menu bar that we just turned pink. Sometimes black looks really bad on it, so it's not that it looks bad, it's colorblind. People cannot see black and neon pink together. It just looks black to them. So let's go back to the theme customizer and adjust that so that it has white text. We were on the header and navigation, secondary menu bar, background color is pink. Let's change the text color to white. Now it's kind of hard to read because we have it set to transparency, so we're going to delete that transparency out. Pick white. All right, click, click, turn this up. There we go. Now it's white. So it's kind of hard to read. Let's turn that font size a little larger. Maybe 14 is good. I think that looks good. And the drop-down text color is fine. Hit save. The black is fine because our drop-down menu is going to be white, and I don't put a drop-down menu on that bar anyway. So let's go back. We're done with the header and navigation. Let's take a look at the footer. That's this down here. You can choose to have 4 widgets. You can set it up however you like. Got tons of options here. So you just have to think about, what do I want to put in my footer? Typically I put location, information, hours of operation, some links to places that normally people would need to find, like affiliates, if you have an affiliate program, your upcoming events, so an events link, a jobs link if you're hiring, if you're a company that does some hiring. Your footer can have a lot of stuff. Take a peek at footers and websites as you're surfing the web to kind of get an idea of what you need in your footer. So I'm going with 4. You'll see how I set mine up. Widgets. Header text 18, that's fine. That's the body text size. We want the header to be bold. Body text 18, let's set this to 2. Regular, no special styles. Header color is pink and widget color text is white. That is fine. Our footer is black, so white on black is fine. Save, go back. Footer elements, we want to show our social icons. That's these. If you hover them, they turn my pink color because we set our site color. Yours will cover whatever color that you chose for your site accent color. Footer menu. Menu text is kind of dim. We might want to lighten that up a touch. Right about there might be good. And looks okay. Letter spacing 0, font style nothing, font size 14 is fine. Hit save. If you don't see your saves changing anything, you can exit out and come back to the theme customizer to see the changes. Okay, bottom bar. That's this. We've got text color, background color. I'm going to leave it as is. I like the dark color. It makes it stand out when you scroll to the bottom. Okay, next section. Buttons. Button style. You'll see these a little more later on, but I just want to set the fonts to match the rest of the website so they don't look out of place. So I'm using Cardo font. Okay, that looks okay. Let's go ahead and save. Text size is 20, it'll be big enough. Hover style. Right now there's no hover change. It's the same as looking at it regularly before you hover your mouse over it. I'll go ahead and leave that. The only thing difference is the border changes a little. So it's fine. You'll see, we'll come back and edit that when we start adding buttons to the site. So the next section is the blog and your posts. We want these to be 18, line height 2. Oh, not 12, we want 2. Letter spacing, none. Header font size, we went with 35. Header line height 2, I believe. Header letter spacing, none. So it matches the rest of the site. So your pages and posts now look alike. All right, mobile styles. This is what your website looks like when you log into a mobile device. So let's look at it from a tablet perspective first. Your drop down is this little menu here. That's the pink accent I told you about before. It does that on the full desktop view as well as mobile and tablet cell phones. So you can adjust your section heights here because they're rather large. Let's set that to 40, row height to 25. 25 is probably good. Body text looks okay, and header text looks okay. So let's hit save. Go back, check out how it looks on a phone. It looks enormous. Our section height is 50. Let's change it down to 30. Row height, maybe 15. Body text and header text is okay. It's not doing my changes. Let me exit out and come back. Mobile. All right, we just can't see the section sizes. Okay, so color schemes we don't have to worry about because we set our theme accent color already. Notice it's doing this weird thing over here. It's because I guess the theme customizer thinks I'm still in sidebar mode. That's okay. Get out of there. Close it, reopen it. It should go away. WordPress does weird things sometimes. That's the cache plugin kind of messing with the site. Okay, so menus, menu location. We have to set up our menus. We haven't done that yet. So we'll be coming back to this. Add a menu, main menu, create menu, primary menu. So we don't have any items to add, so I'm going to make some fake ones just so you can see what it looks like. All right, so save. We have some stuff on our menu now just so you can see it. That's what it looks like with the logo in the middle. Let's go ahead and create another menu for secondary menu. Secondary menu is my top pink menu bar. Create, call it secondary. Let's add some fake items. One, that. Save. So that's what it looks like when you have a link on the top. You can put a highlighted link there, like make an appointment, something like that. So now one more menu is the footer menu. Let's add a menu, call it footer, create, and set it to footer position, add an item. Let's go ahead and add categories, uncategorized, just so you can see it there. That's what the footer menu looks like. It's just a vertical or horizontal menu. So we'll edit those out in a minute. And widgets, we don't have anything set up for widgets yet, but you can add a footer widget because we have 4 slots. You can do a custom menu. We'll just put the main menu there just so you can see it. Title it Custom Menu Widget, just so you can see it. Okay, it's freaking out. Let me hit save. There you go. Get out of there. It keeps refreshing. I'm not sure why. Okay, custom theme customizer to go back. Oh, widgets, not menus. Widgets. So we are in the footer. There's our custom menu widget. So that's footer area 1. So footer area 2, let's put some, let's go through and I'll explain what these are. So archives is posts, monthly archives like previous months. So January, February, March, and soon April now. Calendar, a calendar of your site's posts. Let's go ahead and put that in here. I don't see this used on websites too often, but you can click to see what was posted on what days. Footer area 3. You got categories. This is just a drop down of all the categories you offer on your website for your blog. Custom menus, this one. Elegant themes, ET, about me widget. This usually I put in the sidebar. So to add an image, you need to do img src equals URL of the image, end bracket, and then do slash. Do I need the end tag? I don't think we need the end tag on this one. This thing is still flipping out. And then your about text goes here. So we'll go ahead and close that now. Hit save. You won't see the picture because I didn't put one in there. So to upload a picture for your about section, go ahead and go to WP. Well, we're here. We can just go to New Media. Select File. Let's look for a picture of me. Do I have one of me on here? I have one in OneDrive. Pictures. Nope, it's not in there. I tried to drag all my pictures to iCloud, and it didn't. It saved the folder structure, but didn't put any of the files in there. I don't know what's up with that. So let's just grab my picture from Facebook. I don't get 500 messages. Here. Here. Options, download. So now it's in my download folder with that really long number. So upload new media. Let's go to downloads. There it is. So drag it in. So now it's got a really ridiculously long thing because I didn't rename it. So we'll go to edit. And right here's our image for our about section, but it's going to be a huge image. So let's try making it smaller in Canva. Let's go to File. Oh, Canva. These custom dimensions. We want width. Width and height, let's do 250. No, let's do 200 by 200. That should be good for us. About page image. Let's go to upload. Upload an image of yourself. Go to downloads. There we go. We're uploading my picture of me in here. Then I can just drag it in here, resize it. and I have an about picture image. So download, let's title it download for web. Let's go ahead and upload the smaller one now so it loads the correct size. There it is. Let's click edit and get the correct link. Copy that. Back to our, so another way to get to your widgets, go to Appearance, Widgets, and we want to edit our footer area 3 so that this image has the right link there. Hit save. Looks like we don't need that HTML tag anymore. That's a nice update. And let's go to the actual website. And in the footer, there's my About Me section. Usually I put that in the sidebar, not the footer. I just want to fill some footer space. So footer area 4, we can put a tag cloud of our blog posts. Tags are kind of like hashtags. It lets you sort through your blog posts based on topics so that you don't have 5 million categories. Okay, so let's go take a look. We don't have any tags set up. So let's create a new blog post. So a new post. And we want to set up some categories. We'll call it WordPress Beginners. WordPress Intermediate. WordPress Advanced. We'll have those 3 categories on my blog. That's what I'm going to blog into. So I might have tags like plugins, themes, Divi, newsletters, something like that. So when you create your blog post, you give it a nice title. And you can use the Divi builder, or you can just type in here. So if we want to use the Divi builder, this is what I use for creating pages in some of my blog posts. We can load from the library. There are some pre-configured templates in here. These are typically for static pages. Blog standard is typically your blog feed for something specific. Let's go ahead and load that in so you can see it. So we have a full width header, your blog, and your sidebar. So we can use this for our blog layout. Let's give it a header image. No, we won't make it full screen. No, we don't want a scroll down button. We don't want buttons. Let's give it an image. Let's use this. So here's where we write our blog post. It's full width. Include categories. It's uncategorized right now. This is going to display all of our blogs in specific categories. So this would typically go on a page. We don't want this section in here. Let's insert a module. We want it to be text. And this is where we type our blog post. And we can add media, so we can add some images in there. We can set align left. So let's go ahead and save. Now we can set up a custom sidebar just for blog area. So this is different than a sidebar that you might have on your pages. So we want the blog post, we want it on the right. It is a sidebar. We can give it a specific widget area name. So right now it's going to load our regular sidebar. So go ahead and hit save. If we want a custom sidebar, we would come over to Appearance, Widgets, and down here we can create a widget area to use in the Divi theme. So we're going to call it Blog Sidebar. Hit Create. And we might have to refresh the page because it's not popping up in here. So hit refresh. There it is. You can create your custom sidebar right here. So in the blog, we might want an About Me widget. And we want the exact same widget we have in the footer right now. So let's just copy what we have here. Hit save. And our new post, we're going to have to publish this now. We're going to call it WordPress Beginner. Let's change the sidebar to Blog Sidebar and save. So now if we hit update and view our post, our sidebar should have the About section in there. But now we're getting a double sidebar, so we need to fix that. If we go back to the page, click Edit, right over here it says Page Layout. We want full width because we're putting our sidebar in the page, so we don't need that extra sidebar. Hit Update, and then we can view the post again, and that second sidebar is gone. And we have a really nice header image. And there's what a basic blog post would look like. So the top part of your blog will always say, welcome to my blog. And you can give it a header and a tagline of some sort just for your blog area. I really love this theme because of these extra features. Other themes don't allow you to do this custom sidebar, a full width header like this, a custom description in each one. Now, how do we save that layout to use it in the future on blog posts? Let's go back to Edit, Save to Library. We're going to rename it. So Save to Library, Blog Post Layout. Now, if we load from library, we need to go to Add from Library because it's no longer a predefined one from Divi. It's our actual layout. And you want to replace existing content with loaded layout. So it'll give you the new layout with none of the content in it, just what we typed in at first. So it's already here. We don't need to load it. So let's take a look at this builder a little more. You can click here, like right-click it with your mouse and rename it. You can call this blog header. And we can rename this blog post area. And your sidebar, we can rename that to blog sidebar. Hit save. So this allows you to add more things into your sidebar and into your blog post area. So say you have a little blurb of text and now you want to add a video in. You just add a module and choose video. Upload your video to YouTube and paste the link right here. So let's go to YouTube, the elegant themes, grab video. They have a lot of stuff on here now. Let's just put this one in there. Grab the YouTube link, copy, come back over to the post, paste it in, save and exit, update the page. Now let's take a look at the page. I just clicked this link, I control-clicked it or command-click on a Mac, and there's the video. Notice there's no space between the sections. So let's go to Theme Customizer and fix that. So we want, where did we see that section? I think it was in blog, post. Nope, that's not sections. Section height, row height, section height. Okay, so it's loading kind of weird in here. Okay, section height 0, row height. Okay, you see where it's growing for the row height now? It's weird that it's loading correctly here, but not on the site. So let's close, save and close. We may need to add some padding, so let's go to Edit Post. Hit these 3 little lines here to edit. Go to Advanced Design Settings. Custom Flyer Tag. So this one we cannot add the padding on. It has to be on the blog post area. Go to Advanced Design Settings on the blog post area. Custom padding at the bottom. Let's put 15 pixels. Update and see what it looks like. Let's close all these extra windows out. I always end up with 5 million windows open. Okay. Command click, control click on a PC. So now we have a little bit of padding there. That's what 15 pixels looks like. We may want to do more like 30, double that. So blog post area, advanced design settings, scroll down to custom padding. Actually, let's do 50 so you can see what 50 looks like. There we go. That's a nice amount. So that's how you do your blog posts and how to set up your layouts. So the same works for pages. So new page, let's set up our pages. We will want a custom home page. We'll call it home. Let's add an about page. These are typically pages you'd find on any website. Services page. And let's do one more. Contact page. Now later on when you have a store or a way for people to purchase through PayPal from you to get your services, you may want to create a Work With Me page or a store page. Typically your shop page would be created when you set up WooCommerce or some sort of plugin for selling products. So we've got a couple pages. Let's go set them up so they are on our menu bar. So we'll go to Appearance, Menus. We're going to take this uncategorized one off the page. We're going to put all of our new ones on. Nope, we just put it on the footer. Let's get out of there. We're not going to save that. Main menu, select, leave page. We're not going to save it. Let's delete these. Sorry, I have a dog crying at my door. Big baby. God forbid I leave her alone for a couple hours to work. So let's sort these by clicking and dragging. We have home, about, services, contacts, save menu. Later on, we may want to add a page for book an appointment. If you have something like Acuity Scheduler, you can paste a code into that page to set up your booking appointments. So I'll show you that real quick too. Let's go ahead and make a page. I like doing it make an appointment. It's very straightforward. You can make an appointment, book a call, discovery call, whatever you want to call your page. So I use the Divi builder. I'm going to load that blog post one because I really like that. So load from library, add from library, blog post layout, load. So instead of using a full width header for the blog, so schedule a time to Skype. That works for me. Save and exit. Now our text is going to be a little different. I'm going to delete this out. I'm going to go to text so that I can put code in here. Now if I go to acuityscheduling.com, log in, you have to be a paid member with them for this to work. So I pay, I think, $20 a month, and it sends my text message reminders out to my clients too so that they remember we have a call. So you're going to go to client scheduling page, and we want this embedded into the website. Go back to the new page, paste this in here, save and exit. And right now it has our blog sidebar instead of our website sidebar. And this is a full width page already, I believe. So let's go to sidebar. We don't want it to be the blog, we want the actual website sidebar. Save and exit. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. Let's go look at the make an appointment page. So this is what Acuity Scheduler code looks like when it's plugged in between those two blue bars. I just tried to highlight it. Acuity is awesome. I love it. So recent posts, recent comments, archives. This is the generic sidebar that WordPress sets up for you when you get started. We may want to change that to be slightly different than the blog post section, because blog posts are typically all about getting people to read more of your content. Your static pages are more about getting people to work with you. So let's strip this sidebar out. Oh, we need to go back to the dashboard. Go to our appearance, widgets, and here's our regular sidebar. We'll leave the search there. Let's take recent posts off. Oh, what's that making noise? Oh, Divi's trying to play. Forgot to close that. Let's close all this stuff out. Okay. We don't need recent comments displayed. We don't need archives displayed or categories. Or meta. So some people may decide to put a custom menu together to get them to specific areas of your website. So if you offer a membership, let's say a WordPress Designer Club where you offer themes and plugins and things like that for building a website. So we can call it WordPress Designers Club. And let's pretend the main menu is the set of links to learn about the Designers Club, what it offers, and things like that. And then say maybe you want to add an image that links to the sign up page for it. You can do text. And this is where you need to use HTML tags. img src equals image link. And then you want to do, for that, a href equals link to purchase. And then do that. So this will link them to the purchase page, display the image for the ad in your sidebar. So an example, let's grab SiteGround. I'm going to go back to SiteGround. I have an affiliate program with them. What did I set my, that's not what I asked for. Affiliates. How do I log into my affiliate membership? I forget. Looking at my username and password real quick. Oops. Like 500. There it is. Okay. Ah, it's got a special login page. So I'm going to pull that up here so I can log in. So let's go to banners. Get the code for this one. It's pretty small. So this is an affiliate link from SiteGround that's going to display website hosting. Let's go ahead and hit save on that. So if we go to the website and look at it now, we have a little image over here saying #1 WordPress hosting. Now if they click that link and sign up for WordPress hosting, they essentially bought me a cup of coffee. I earn like $3 to $5 or something like that if they buy a year. Now say that's small. I have other options too. I can put larger images in here. This is 250 pixels by 250 pixels. Refresh. That looks a little better to me. It's a little larger, it's obvious, and it has to do with WordPress. So I have control over what ads go into my website doing it that way with affiliates that I'm associated with. So I can put website hosting there. If I'm teamed up with a group that does WordPress themes, I can put their little affiliate link there. It's pretty awesome. I don't have to, I'm not at the mercy of Google. Okay, my menu bar looks a little messed up. Let's hit refresh and see if it fixes. WordPress does wonky things. There we go. Refresh fixes it. It just didn't load right the first time. Okay, so that is how you set up pages, your menu bar, create blog post layouts, and page layouts. If you want to get more familiarized with how Divi works, or if you purchase a theme, it usually comes with documentation. So let's go to Elegant Themes, Divi documentation. I'm going to Google it. Right here. Right here is how you use Divi, and it has info about the pre-made layouts, creating your own layouts, using the library, using the options, setting up your little icons down here in the footer, and the ones up here in the header. So that's super easy to do. You just go to Dashboard, scroll down to Divi on the sidebar here, theme options. And then you can create your logo in Canva. Use custom dimensions. I'm going to do 300 by 150. On a white background, since the menu is white, put some text and call it WordPress Shops. Make that font a little bigger. Target centered. Let's use my pink color and download it. Save for web. Upload it here. There's my logo I just made. Set as logo. Now you can also make a favicon, which is already set. We set it in the site tools. Let's go ahead and upload. Grab the cropped W. Let's use the full size one. Okay. So that's how you set your logo and your little icon for the top screen here. You can integrate MailChimp. You just have to generate your authorization code, or you can integrate Aweber, which is what I use. You just have to generate your authorization code. This is the easiest one. Allow access. Grab this code they give you. Come back to theme options, paste it here, and connect. There. Now I can regenerate my lists. It'll load them all in there for me. So we want to use Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. For my Facebook profile, I'm going to type in the code, or the URL, not the code. Twitter. And Google+. I don't know my Google+ link. Let me look that up. Okay, let's go to profile. Grab the link right here. It logged me into my fitness one. That's okay. Go back to theme options and paste it here. And then the RSS icon URL, I just put set it to blog. I'll show you how to set the blog feed. Yes, we want Google Fonts. Yes, we want a back to top button. Yes, we want smooth scrolling. And save. Now, if you do custom CSS, like you change your font somehow because the editor's not allowing a specific change you want to do, you can add that custom CSS here. And you can make this larger by, oh, it has a little button. There we go. Click and drag it to make it larger so you can see everything. So that is how we set up the rest of the menu bar and your email list. So integrating the email list allows you to use the Builder subscribe button, or we can install some new plugins, which we'll talk about in the next workshop. Now that you have your core pages set up, you're ready to start building your email list. We'll be uploading some plugins. So Bloom is for building your email list. Monarch is for building your social media and sharing the social media. Those are both elegant theme plugins. So I'll go ahead and activate. And I will save that for next time. Looks like I need to also show you how to upload and install the updater. So we've had quite a long video today. I'll let you mull this over, review it a couple times, use it check it out while building your website. If you need the Divi theme and you want to become a member of the Web Presence Boss Academy, it's just an ongoing subscription. Every month I give you tools, graphic design lessons, WordPress lessons, and you get support for building your website while a member. So go to webpresenceboss.com and register right there for the monthly membership to get access. You'll immediately have fonts to use for your branding, a plugin to install those fonts to your website so you can use them, a little tutorial how to do that. This is basically your getting started video. I hope it's helpful for you. So again, that's webpresenceboss.com. Let's go ahead and get your website rocking. Okay, and I'm going to set it so that if you sign up within the next 3 days for webpresenceboss.com, you get the first month half price. So instead of $49 a month, you'll get it for $24 a month essentially. So go ahead and create your account. It's not going to let me do it because I'm already logged in, but membership list. We have the following subscriptions available. Free, you don't get the downloads. You'll get just little tutorials. If you do, instead of $47 a month, I'm going to change that for this month. Anyone who's on the webinar or watching this from YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get all your downloads.